Hello? Hello? Hey, hang on. Um, Hi, I'm still like I'm prepping just a little bit. Just a teeny little bit here. You can probably still hear me. I haven't touched my mic at all. It's just there. Hey, hello, I'm here. Hi. Uh, I'm gonna, well, let's see. That drink looks like some antifreeze. Well, I have good news. If the good news is that the stream is beginning. We are starting. We are live. Hello. Hello. Oh. Hi. My hair is a bit of a mess, but that should be fine. Let me bring myself a little bit closer. I'm gonna try not to speak too loud. I don't want to blow out anything. Take a Hang on, I need to pull up Twitch chat. I set up everything, and I forgot to pull up Twitch chat. I forgot to do that. I never actually got around to doing that. So, let me go on to twitch.tv. Oh, don't play my own stream audio. Is the drink the atomic sludge? It pretty much is. You are pretty much exactly right about that. Okay. Let me pop out chat, and then I'm actually going to talk to you. So, I wanna preface the stream real quick. I want to preface the stream. I had an entire bit that I was just gonna pull out a US MRE pepperoni pizza and eat it on stream. I'm glad I didn't do that because that ended up taking me about an hour. Well, that was quick. Yo, go to crouton.net. That took me about an hour to get it ready. I'm glad I didn't do that. I'm glad I didn't actually execute on that. Instead, I got some atomic sludge. This isn't atomic sludge. This isn't power plant wastewater. This is... Hang on. I could only find this. I'm gonna be real, Moss. I almost just murdered you. I'm gonna be real. I was looking at, I was thinking, what drink do I get today? Because usually on everything in detail, I got a new drink. The first time I had Pepsi. The second time I had, what was it? It was it was iced tea. I know that much. This time I found Sunkissed, berry lemonade. So I got that. It's new. I don't know. It just reminds me. I saw the color and I thought this is the thing that I have to drink. It tastes all right. I wouldn't drink it usually, but it's all right. I have lots of things here today. A matter of fact, I have an entire pile of documents here. The pile of documents. Does it taste like blue? It does. I didn't know that existed. It's new, I think. I love your pile of photos. Yep, it's great. Actually, I should put... I don't really have a spot for this anymore. I'm gonna put it here. So, okay, we need to talk for a moment. We need to preface this a little bit. So, welcome to Everything in Detail. If you don't know what Everything in Detail is, it's this. I'm going to be talking about a topic for 2 hours, and you're just going to have to deal with that. whatever inane thing I find, you're just gonna have to deal with it. You're just gonna have to listen to me. There's a timeline where that drink spills on a pile of photos. Every time I do an everything in detail stream, someone thinks I'm going to spill the drink. I never do. Never. This will never spill. Okay? This will never spill. Everyone says it will. It won't. Trust me on that one. So we need to talk about... I think it's time that we talk about Half-Life 2 on this channel, because I definitely have never done that before. So Half-Life 2 is a video game. That's obvious. It's a video game. It came out in 2004. Highly regarded at the time of being the best video game of all time. I think that that title has sort of waned a little bit over the past few years, mostly just because some of it has aged a lot. It still has great moments, don't get me wrong, but it's a game from 2004. You look at it with sort of the modern glasses that people usually look at games nowadays, and you start to see the cracks. It's obvious that it was rushed at the end. It was obvious it was rushed for the tail end part of it. A little bit of Nova Prospect and like a little bit of Entanglement and Beyond does have signs that it was rushed. So, there's always little things. I think what I like about Half-Life 2, well, first of all, let me preface this. What do I don't like about Half-Life 2? I don't like Water Hazard, which I respect Water Hazard, but I'm not too big of a fan playing it. I understand why it exists, but not until recently did I find out that disliking the opinion on Water Hazard. I would put up a Water Hazard picture here. I didn't print that out. The opinion on Water Hazard is so surprisingly controversial, you have no idea. I posted a joke video on Twitter of me cutting down Water Hazard to the very beginning and very end. I got people very upset at me. It was very funny. But there's parts of Half-Life 2 that obviously don't work nowadays. But we're not talking about Half-Life 2 itself. There's always... Half-Life 2 came out, and, there was always a few oddities of Half-Life 2, right? Some oddities came out of Half-Life 2. This one I have here is the logo for the Japanese-only Half-Life 2 Survivor, which is the arcade version of Half-Life 2. I have seen some footage of the arcade version of the Half-Life 2 Survivor. It looks weird. It's like a combo single player and multiplayer thing. I don't understand. So Half-Life 2 Survivor, that was the only example I printed out as well. Don't look at that yet. I haven't. So there's Half-Life 2 Survivor that came out in 2006, only in Japan. You can play it now, I think, but not officially. But there's always been those little oddities of Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2 Lost Coast had a purpose to show off HDR, but what other purpose did it be than Valve releasing an unreleased version, like an unreleased segment of Half-Life 2? Lost Coast is... I like Lost Coast. I don't like that uninstalling Lost Coast deletes your entire Half-Life 2 folder. Lost a few projects that way. Let's just say. And then there's other oddities, not specifically like different versions of Half-Life 2, but just ports. Deleting Half-Life 2 Lost Coast deleted my entire Half-Life 2 folder. It just does that. There's the NVIDIA Shield version of Half-Life. Every now and then I remember that the NVIDIA Shield is a thing that exists. Who has an NVIDIA Shield? Okay. Half-Life is on the NVIDIA Shield. And the NVIDIA Shield, like, I think the NVIDIA Shield had, like, Mario games on it. I'm not even sure what the NVIDIA Shield is. It's just, it sure is game, but you can look that up on your own. Yeah, look at it uses the same chipset. So there's an unreleased game for Half-Life 2, an expansion. I believe this was around... I think this was talked about... This never really got anywhere. Nobody talked about this. Nobody online talks about this game. I barely even heard about it until last month. Half-Life 2 Kliener. This is different in a way compared to different Half-Life 2 expansions, where, you know, you have episode 1, episode 2. But this one is interesting. First of all, it's called Half-Life 2 Kliener. We would have Half-Life Alyx later down the line, but that's its own thing. It's a prequel. It focuses on something entirely different. This is Half-Life 2 Kliener, which actually I kind of have this kind of reasoning for it to be called Half-Life 2 Kliener rather than just its own thing. So if I have my information correct, this was an unreleased, unfinished, never made it past prototyping version of Half-Life 2. I worked on sometime after Half-Life 2 came out to around mid-2005. I don't know why I said 20. Mid-2005, I would say. It's just, like, this is before the episodes actually started up. Someone at Valve worked on this. This is now going up because this is a thing we're talking about. Goodbye, Half-Life 2. Goodbye, Half-Life 2 Survivor. Almost spilling that. Yes. Wait. Here we are. Hang on, I need to make sure my files are right. Okay. So I actually got this, actual, like, sort of release. Not release. What would this be? This would be sort of like, this is something like someone wrote up at Valve explaining what this is and talking about what it would actually be. So, Half-Life 2 Kliener is a Sims-esque game where the player helps Kliener and his pet Lamar live and survive in the Combine-controlled City 17. Which is interesting. Going from Half-Life 2 to a life simulator is an interesting move. Imagine that. Players are expected to acquire food, furniture, and equipment for the 2. A number of minigames planned out for a smaller scale includes constructing furniture, laying out rooms, and playing first-person, stealth-centered sections to procure salvage equipment and Combine equipment. So like, I'm trying, like, there's a bit of me that's trying to make sense of this in a little bit. It's such a weird, like, it's such a weird jump from Half-Life 2 to a Sims game. Timeline is approximately between a year or two before Half-Life 2, with an endgame being marked by Dr. Freeman's appearance. Development is expected to take about a year and a half, with many assets being able to be reused from Half-Life 2. So that's, like, someone's write-up on it. I have a few screenshots as well of, like, prototyping from it. It's interesting in a way. It's interesting in the fact that, like, going from Half-Life 2, and I'm not saying this is interesting in just the fact that Valve made it. Valve have worked on more weirder titles that have never come out that seems weird for them, but totally sure, whatever. Who actually cares? And I don't know, the timeline of just making Half-Life 2, releasing that, and then immediately going to a spin-off game as a Sims-esque game of Kliener and Lamar is very funny to me. Yeah, so pretty much got it on the mark. What do I got here? So I got a bunch of screenshots. They didn't print that well, but I got a bunch of screenshots here of actual stuff in this game in Kliener. Oh shit. Wait. I have exciting news. They misspelled Kliener. Huh. Oh, no wonder this never left anything. So I do have screenshots. How many screenshots do I have? I have a few. I need to see. All of these were kind of just unlabeled. Yeah, a lot of these are dark too. All of these screenshots seem to be using Eli's lab as like sort of a base. So here's like a mini game cracking open a crate, and it looks like there's watermelons in there. So that's like actually doing mini games related to what you get, which is fun. Here's a mini game of like constructing a desk. This looks like there's even a tooltip. Awesome. Here's Lamar with a watermelon, so there's like actual stuff. Okay, this is like showing the difference over time you can take with this. So you start off with like just the empty lab, and you go from there. That was an extra thing, I think. Yeah, I just threw an extra screenshot. This looks like the stealth segment they were talking about. So you would actually go through whatever. I mean, this is a warehouse. We'd actually go through warehouses and find stuff. And this looks like offloading crates. I don't know. So let's talk about, like, so this is pure speculation moment, but you have to kind of take into consideration of how this would all work. You have to, because honestly, the original cover letter said a year to a year and a half, I think. And you have to sort of take into consideration the scale of this. This sounds like it's just Kliener and Lamar. Everything else is just sort of a background thing. And so I guess what they were looking for is... I guess what they were looking for is just a smaller scale of a project. But it's something that, I don't know, becomes a lot larger just due to the fact that all of this it seems like it has a lot thrown onto it. So, okay, we need to talk about, okay, so I know I'm spouting off all of this, and you have to consider, Star, you have all of these screenshots, you have the cover letter, you have the logo, you have all of this. How is it real? How is this real? Because this seems ridiculous, and I know it sounds ridiculous. Like, this is something that is completely to the average person, this is just ridiculous. Well, I have good news. I actually have a letter. I have a letter from Gabe Newell, explaining everything about... This is an email from Fortnite, congratulating me on my mid-season performance from 2018. We don't... Okay, well, maybe... When did I print that off? Why did I print that off? Well, you know, I also have, I have an audio recording of an actual meeting that Valve had about this. I have it all loaded up here, and, we're gonna... You're gonna listen and see, alright? I think it's playing. No, it's not actually. You can't hear it on the mic. Hang on. I got it. Info play of start is weekly. Mic aux. Filters. No noise suppression. You get everything. Why is it not playing? Oh, here we go. Wait. This isn't a joke. My player is not playing. Hey, I have good news. I just recorded over the audio. Well, we don't have to worry about that. That's fine. There was, well, we're gonna have to... You're gonna... Okay. You're just gonna have to trust me on this, okay? Half-Life 2 Kliener is real. It is very much real. It's, yeah, the source first time is literally, dude, trust me. Come on. There has to be something so... There's... Well, I don't have audio evidence. I don't have I don't have visual evidence because it printed out a Fortnite Battle Royale email. you're just gonna have to trust me on this. There's well, that couldn't have been all of it, right? I have unfortunate news. Well, the cassette's not really gonna do us much good here. Oh fuck, now I need evidence. Like, okay, I can say trust me all I want. The fact of the matter is I don't have any evidence anymore. I know this is real. I know it is. But like I need something, like, come on, one of these has to have like something like actually telling me. Like, screenshots are good and all, but it doesn't really do me much good if it's nothing. Oh shit. No, that's nothing. Well, I need to get out of here.